Good morning, children. Hope you all are fine. Yesterday we studied the chapter Taro's Reward. And before moving further, I would like to have a recap of what we studied yesterday. Yesterday we get to know that Taro was a woodcutter who earned little money. He was unable to buy sake for his father, so he decided to work hard. One day, while cutting the wood, he heard the sound of water. He found a waterfall. He tasted the water and discovered that it was sake, not water. He became happy and filled some sake in his pitcher. Okay, now let's see what happened in the story next. Taro quickly filled the pitcher he had with him and hurried home. The old man was delighted with the sake. After only one swallow of the liquid, he stopped shivering and did a little dance in the middle of the floor. Pitcher means pot, delighted means very happy, shivering means trembling. Okay, what happened then? Taro reached his home and gave the sake to his father. The father sipped the sake and started dancing with joy. Next, that afternoon, a neighbor stopped by for a visit. Taro's father politely offered her a cup of the sake. The lady drank it greedily and thanked the old man. Then Taro told her the story of the magic waterfall. Thanking them for the delicious drink, she left in a hurry. By nightfall, she had spread the story throughout the whole village. That evening, there was a long procession of visitors to the woodcutter's house. Each man heard the story of the waterfall and took a sip of the sake. In less than an hour, the pitcher was empty. Greedily means as if desiring more and more. Okay, what happened now? A neighbor came to Taro's home in the evening and Taro's father offered her a cup of sake. The woman happily took the sake. Taro told her about all the incident which happened to him, how he get sake from the waterfall. Now the woman spread the news of sake to all the people in the village. Every villager rushed to Taro's home and tasted the sake, and within an hour the pitcher was empty. Next morning, Taro started for work even earlier than the morning before. He carried with him the largest pitcher he owned, for he intended first of all to go to the waterfall. When he reached it, he found to his great surprise all his neighbors there. They were carrying pitchers, jars, buckets, anything they could find to hold the magic sake. Then one villager knelt and held his mouth under the waterfall to drink. He drank again and again and then shouted angrily, "Water? Nothing but water!" Others also tried, but there was no sake, only cold water. "We have been tricked," shouted the villagers. "Where is Taro? Let us drown him in this waterfall." But Taro had been wise enough to slip behind a rock when he saw how things were going. He was nowhere to be found. Intended means planned, owned means possessed, hold means contain, knelt means bent down, tricked means deceived. Next morning, Taro again woke up early, searched the biggest pitcher, and went to the waterfall to bring more sake for his father. When he reached over there to the waterfall, to his surprise, he saw that the villagers were already reached over there to bring the magic sake. When villagers reached to the waterfall and they tasted the water of the waterfall, what did they find? They found plain water, not sake. They became very angry. They decided to draw Taro in the fall. Taro hid himself behind the rock and waited till all the villagers went back to their home. Muttering their anger and disappointment, the villagers left the place one by one. Taro came out from his hiding place. Was it true? He wondered. Was the sake a dream? Once more he caught a little liquid in his hands and put it to his lips. It was the same fine sake. To the thoughtful son, the magic waterfall gave the delicious sake. To everyone else, it gave only cold water. Muttering means speaking unclearly. When all the villagers went back to their home, Taro came out and went to the waterfall. He tasted the water again. To his surprise, it was the same sake again, but not water. So what was it? The waterfall was giving sake to Taro, but to the other villager it was giving the plain water. Okay students, now just think, what is the reason behind it? Why was the waterfall giving sake to Taro only and plain water to other villagers? It was because Taro had the genuine desire to help his parents to fulfill the wishes of his parents. He had true love, true respect for his parents. So, this was the gift by the Mother Nature to Taro. The story of Taro and his magic waterfall reached the Emperor of Japan. He sent for the young woodcutter and rewarded him with 20 pieces of gold for having been so good and kind. Then he named the most beautiful fountain in the city after Taro. This said the emperor was to encourage all children to honor and obey their parents. Sent for means called. Now the story of Taro's care, love and respect for his parents reached the king. He awarded Taro 20 pieces of gold to encourage other children to take care of their parents, and he also named the most beautiful fountain in the city after Taro. This was the story of the poor woodcutter Taro. Now students, what lesson do we get from the story? We learned that we should take care of our parents and elder. We should love them. We should respect them. Even God helps only those person who takes good care of their parents. So students, with this we have completed the explanation of the chapter. Read the text thoroughly, word meaning also. In next class, I will provide you the question answers of this chapter. Thank you.